we hadn't had any luck. We were trying to find some local fishermen or something that would want to come in and try and dredge for our lost anchor. Everyone wanted way too much, $50 US an hour or something like that. You know, we had a max of 800 to 1,000 Cordoba. It's a cheap anchor with very little chain. So we know we can replace that probably in Panama pretty easy. It's not hard to get, just a simple Danforth anchor. Off the bottom, okay, I'm gonna back up. So what we're doing right now is, anyway, as we probably expected, somebody decided to show up. They're dredging the bottom right now with their little grappling hook anchor. Well, you never know, hopefully these guys will come up with something. The guy approached us this morning here in his little panga and said that he might be able to help us look for this anchor. He went and got his friend. Wanted more than we're willing to pay, because we can get one new somewhere. But how much? We told him 1,000.
Told him 1,000 Cordoba, which is about 30 bucks or so. So probably about what we pay for a new one, I think.
He's out there dredging it now with his buddy. I don't know. We think we've got a general idea of where it is. I guess it depends on how long they're gonna want to look around for. And the other problem, of course, is right now is there's no petrol available in town. The only petrol coming in is people bringing it in on their trucks from Costa Rica and charging about 4 times the price for it. So I don't know how long they're going to want to spend out there, but it'd be good pay for them if they find it. We're only going to pay them if they get it. Cool.
We are officially checked out of Nicaragua now. Did that kind of over a 2-day process. A bit interesting, but
it closed down halfway through our process for some.
They had a situation.
Naval exercise, yeah, men with big guns. But we got it all done.
No issues, pretty nice, smooth, nice people, easy.
Our checkout cost us, it was $4 per person, which was kind of like the departure taxes.
And then there was also a $20 fee for the checkout. And then over at the port captain's office, the Zarpe, our international Zarpe, which is the document we need to leave the country and go to another country, that costs $25.
That's the most important one, because the next country won't let you in without that, if they don't know where you've come from and all that jazz. Mm-hmm. We're gonna go haul up anchor.
Yep, we just hauled the dinghy up on deck, and oh my god!
Look at these barnacles, and look at the bottom. We've never had the this is actually a really good spot for the dinghy. There's a beautiful dock, right?
Awesome, like little dock, brand new like port area that I think they built for cruise ships to come in, but it's not really in use at all. So it's beautiful, brand new dock. Guarded, security, 24 hours a day.
But yeah, nice new floating docks.
But since we've been at the dock, we haven't been dragging the dinghy up on the beach, and it has grown some crazy stuff.
Trying to work out why it was getting heavier to row.
Barnacles, crabs, algae, I don't know, it smells, it's crusty, and it's been really slow and heavy to row.
Need a shave. Two. I feel gross. I just need a shave. And brush my teeth and put deodorant on. And
they're good things to do.
All the things I haven't done yet today that I should probably do. We sailed off anchor. That was pretty good. That was a good feeling. It was good to practice in those scenarios.
It's a tight harbor.
Yeah, very tight.
Lots of boats, moorings.
We had the engine on the whole time, just as a safety, because we were really close to all the boats in there. I don't know, we were probably like 30 feet from the power boats around us. They were all on moorings, and it was relatively easy to negotiate. It was just getting off anchor and getting that with the shifting winds up and down with the main. But once we got a bit of wind, we just kind of made our way out, and we didn't even tack actually. We just kind of fell right off and rode it downwind out, and we're on the same tack right now. Worked out pretty good.
Not bad. It looks like it's raining in Costa Rica. I think we'll get some rain today. Be nice, cool it down a bit. We were so excited for this short little sail and to be on the move again, especially since we were expecting great fishing being so close to shore. A lot of blood up here.
What a day we've got going on fishing here. I'll go up, I'm gonna have Hillary talk about it, but it's quite a bit of breeze. We've got gusts in the 20s here right now, so we're trying to manage fish on board and also the wind noise. So let me go around the other side.
We have 2 fish on board. We've caught a whole lot more than have gotten off. This last guy, man, he was a fighter. Blood everywhere. We had him on the gas and he was still flopping around and the line got tangled. We got them on board. Now we just have some cleanup to do.
Yeah, a lot more wind today than we thought we were going to have. We were expected, 10 knots or something like that, but we're definitely getting this coastal gusts in the 20s, which really kind of, we can see it coming and then kind of throws us through a loop. That with all the fish that have been hitting us, we've been seeing them attack the lures. I think we've had about a total of 5 or 6 with only 2 on board, so the rest all got off. Bloody hard fighters, I tell you. You yank on it, we almost get it in. They flip so much, they're out of here, but we're pretty good. We've got a good day of fishing here. There'll be some nice, fresh Dorado fish for us for dinner. And we're not too far off the home stretch here, I think. It was a pretty short day, 15 miles from where we were in Nicaragua, going down to Bahía Salinas here in Costa Rica. And I think it's basically just off of our port bow here. But I'll show you the land. You can see here it's Costa Rica. And there is some big old mountains there. I should probably know the names of those. These are called the Costa Rican mountains, because this is all Costa Rica. And then Nicaragua's kind of just over here is Nicaragua, and the border's somewhere there.
Fish blood on my sunglasses there. Yeah, it's been a windier day than we thought. We sailed off anchor with the full main and put the Genoa out as we were leaving the bay, and have had that since. Thought about furling it in a little bit, but it's just these big gusts coming down, and then it kind of dies down, and then the gusts come back. So
very overcast day.
Very overcast, and we're making great time.
Yep.
Fish blood everywhere. Calming down a lot. Tools and seizing wire in hand. We pulled up anchor this morning in San Juan del Sur. Oh!
Whoa, there's another guy. Wow, he is in a hurry to get out of there. He is like, I'm gonna run across to another country.
But we're gonna put some new seizing wire. Oh, this is really, really crappy, not good seizing wire on our anchor shackle. Needs to be replaced.
Where did we get that wire? That's really bad wire, but I think the stuff we got in...
It's terrible.
Guaymas or something. Yeah, it's not proper stainless wire or whatever.
No, hence why we need to replace it.
And why do we need seizing wire on our anchor shackle?
So we do not lose it like we lost our stern anchor.
Oh yeah, that happens. Okay, there you go. The boat is in very messy shape today. You probably already saw what our dinghy looks like. Holy cow! No wonder. I was thinking it was getting harder and harder to row, but the skeg and the just the bottom of the hull is crazy with growth right now, and that was slowing me down rowing. Look at that. Nuts. On top of that, we had a very bloody day with the fish for some reason. Very bloody day with the fish. There's a lot of blood here on deck that we need to scrub. It's like all over the place here. It's on the jack lines. Yeah, it's pretty bloody, and we just lost the wind. We're about 0.6 of a mile from where we would like to drop the anchor, somewhere over there by shore. And 0 on the wind right now. Beautiful flat calm here. All our sails are up, but we're not going anywhere. Well, right there is our battery monitor, and you can see we're making we're losing between 13 and 20 amps right now. That's based on everything we've got running. Right now the refrigerator is running like a medium speed Seafrost. I'd say that's drawing about 6 to 7 amps right now. Probably not too much else that we have running other than the watermaker. That's what you can hear in the background. We've got a nice full sun morning. The batteries were already pretty darn full from yesterday, and we didn't use much of the batteries at all last night, so there wasn't much to go on it. What a better time than to make water. So it's a little bit of an update on how we're going with our watermaker. We love it. Let me show you where it is down here. So I do have the hatch sitting off over here. It gets quite warm, the motor, so just leaving the hatch cover off lets it air out a bit. And we'll come down here. I've got it running a bit lower, and the pre-filter's pretty dirty today right now, so I need to clean the pre-filter out. We're probably about 7.5 gallons right now making, and I'm keeping it at about 700 psi up here on the gauge. I can turn that up a little bit more. That'll obviously take a little more power out of the battery. That was my sample water there. That sample water will go in the sink with another couple of gallons of fresh water from the tanks, and that's what I'll flush back through it when we're done. That way, keeping the membrane and everything sitting in nice fresh water, it'll help maintain it longer. We've been very happy with it, and the power consumption right now about 11.5. The sun's out behind the clouds, nice and bright. You can probably see out there. We're hanging out just off of Costa Rica over there. So what a better time than to fill up the tanks. I think we're probably down about, I'd say we're maybe only 15 gallons or so, maybe 20 gallons down. So we'll run the water maker an hour, maybe an hour and a half. That's what we tend to do. And then we'll shut it down, giving us plenty of time for the batteries to top back up. We don't use much battery power on our sailing passages like yesterday. Our biggest draw is usually that laptop, that Macintosh computer that we have running. I'm saying Macintosh, you know, MacBook stuff. And that draws quite a bit. And because we're sailing, we're not using that. We're busy doing sailing stuff. We did run the autopilot yesterday though, but we had sun, or at least glare while we're sailing, so we still were making some power. I was talking to myself. I was talking to Hillary, but Hillary was not there. She went under the water. She was down below, giving the boat a bit of a clean. I was in there a second ago. The visibility is very bad here. The visibility is, what would you say? I would say it's about 6 inches.
A foot if you're lucky.
A foot, yeah. If you're lucky, a foot.
Hello. Oh, yeah, it's hard with the bad visibility. It doesn't help that I never put fins on, so I'm trying to do it without fins, but...
That would make it difficult.
That would. But yeah, you can hardly see what's in front of your face and what's dirty and what's not. It's just all very green and cloudy.
Hot and sunny, but a storm on the way, yeah?
Thunder's rolling in. Probably should get out of the water soonish.
I think you're okay for a bit, Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in there before cleaning the bottom. It's not too bad. There's a little bit of thunder. A little bit slimy, which comes off pretty easy. And then a few little barnacles, which we still had on there back in San Juan del Sur. Oh, that's a loudy. We had the same visibility there. We were in the water this morning. We noticed the visibility we thought was actually pretty decent. The best we've had in a while. When I say pretty decent, the best we've had in a while, it was maybe 6-7 feet. Now there's an outgoing tide and it's like 6 inches. So I think this tide is obviously just washing out whatever silt and stuff is on shore. And it's a pretty shallow bay. We've been needing to give the bottom a really good clean so we can get some better sailing time in. And our plans may have changed a little bit, undecided at the moment, but there is a chance we may be sailing out of here earlier than expected.
Why don't you have a tank on?
Our compressor might be dead. I don't know.
We went to get the compressor going the other day to fill our dive tank so we could do a really good bottom clean. And the compressor was no worky. Before the compressor was no worky, I opened it up and I could tell straight away there was a lot of rust. So we're pretty bummed. Maybe we're just thinking really, really negative. Maybe it's easier to fix, but it's obvious that there's rust in there. So that's either way, that's a problem we're going to have to address. I'm hoping the problem right now is just with the engine, the Honda motor. Possibly there was a lot of condensation in the box. So I think the box is too airtight. Now I'm thinking the box probably needs some sort of vent holes on it, but then it's not airtight from the salt water. So I'm not sure if the rust is just from freshwater condensation or the kind of salt air and the salt that was in there mixed with that condensation. There's got to be a solution. I've tried to look it up. I know other people have had compressors on with this and they've just said that eventually it just rusts out, but this shouldn't be eventually. This is bloody new to us and expensive, even though it's second hand, but it hasn't been up here long and it's very well sealed in there. I'm hoping that maybe the fuel tank, which isn't completely topped up, maybe had a lot of condensation in it so the fuel's bad. We really would like to not have this compressor broken, or at least not have it broken forever. Do you concur on the compressor?
I would like the compressor to work, yes.
Do you see my finger there? I'm poking you in the... Oh wait, there you go, my finger's your snorkel. Oh, we're touching fingers, that was pretty cool. It's like an ET phone home. Oh, power! Daytime thunderstorm coming this way. Look at that beauty. That looks good. Which means not much solar, but hey, you saw us this morning. That was this morning that we were running that water maker. Great power consumption. I think we're at full batteries right now and we had the Mac charged up as well. But look at these beauties back here. Look at those beauties.
Gray clouds are getting closer. So all of a sudden it went from nothing to all of a sudden the wind was getting sucked in straight towards the clouds. A little low pressure system there.
Rain. No rain. We're right on the edge.
Thank you so much for watching, and a huge thanks to our patron Adrift crew, who support the making of these videos. If you enjoyed watching, please remember to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, and even consider joining our patron crew. Until next time, adios